I was actually born in Las Vegas, Nevada, like 50 some years ago. I'm an old guy. So then somehow we ended up, not that I remember it, but I remember growing up in Michigan. So we first lived in Taylor, Michigan, and then it was, Taylor, Michigan's interesting. We call it Taylor-Tucky. So, and then we ended up moving, I don't know, about 3-4 cities over to Woodhaven, Michigan. And if you're familiar with Michigan, up I-75, I think it's exit 33, you got the Woodhaven stamping plant on the right. I grew up on the other side of 75, right across from it. I could look out my bedroom window. So from 4th grade until I joined the Marines, that's where I lived. So, you know, growing up in the late 70s and 80s, you know, my dad was an auto worker, and my mom back then was, you know, stay-at-home mom. And I have a sister. We grew up in the same house, and you know, did typical kid stuff. But at that time, it wasn't like a housing concrete jungle. We had woods we would run in, tree forts. We did all that kind of mischievous stuff that we did as teenagers. We were talking about it last night. You know, just silly, stupid stuff that teenagers did back then. And then I graduated, and then it was, you know, go to college, go work in the auto factories, or learn a trade, or go in the military. So, you know, my dad, for those that know my dad or knew my dad, he wasn't paying for shit. So my house was kind of, I grew up as an abused child, I guess. Nowadays, you know, my dad was physically and mentally abusive. So when he would lose arguments to my mom, he would take it out on me. So, you know, I'm like, it was always, you know, the world needs ditch diggers too. You're never going to mount anything, blah, 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 blah. So I made the cognitive decision to get the hell away from there as fast as I could. So I ended up joining the Marines. And then probably one of the best decisions I made in my life. So I ended up going to boot camp in San Diego, and it was an interesting experience because I never went to basic training in the Army. So I did my 4 years in the Marines, did Desert Storm, and I think the people I was surrounded by in the Fleet Marine Force in 3-1 out at Camp Horno kind of molded and set the pattern, which was a reoccurring theme throughout my Army career also.